You know what, man? I just want my get back. We're going to do another live session. So, how are we doing today, man? We are back. We are back and we are ready. I'm starting to lose my mind with this trading stuff. But you know what? It's all right because I went back and watched some of my old videos. And I'm chilling, man. I know I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I have confidence in myself. Right? That's all I gotta remember is I went back and looked at my days that were winning. What was I doing better there? I was taking better setups. What was I doing in general? Right? Why did I lose yesterday? I was taking longs here after sweeping all-time highs. Right? Not saying it's the worst thing ever, but it's a little bit difficult. And I didn't flip bias when I was proven wrong. So what do we have going on today is a little different. Obviously, I passed my eval on the live recording yesterday trading. So we have a MyFund or Alpha Futures now to the stack. Now I've passed the account with MyFund Futures, Apex, Top Step, and Alpha Futures. So I've tried them all. I've only gotten payouts from Top Step, hopefully from Apex and Alpha Futures as well as of now. But this account here is chilling here. And yeah, I've spent my monthly balance or budget, like around $300 a month is what I want to spend. That looks like MyFund Futures, I bought one for $38. I bought one for $77. So that's about $100 there, and I spent about $210 on this account because it was $71. Passed it the first try, paid $150. So that's $210 something dollars. So I spent $300. So it's only October 8th. So that means I'm not buying any more accounts the rest of this month. So I should be able to make these accounts last. And I'm gonna just keep trying to trade well. One thing I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to not really put so many restrictions on myself. Oh, one trade a day this, one trade that. What I'm going to do, though, is if I lose twice, if I take 2 full stop outs, I am going to be done for the day and kind of just picking a dollar amount. I think it's going to be around 200 on the Apex accounts. I'll just call it a day if I lose that, 200 to 300. And if I lose 400 on the Alpha Futures, I'll call it a day as well. Somewhere around there, just kind of loose because one trade day has kind of been stressing me out with just whatever. With just, not wanting to go break even because, that'll be my one trade for the day. It just puts so many restrictions. So I'm switching back to just, at the end of the day, man, it's about taking a good setup. Realistically, what it's going to be is about, don't take 2 losses. After you take 2 losses in the day, just be done. But it's really just comes down to take good setups. And that's something I have to stop overcomplicating with trading. It's just take good setups, right? Do what you're supposed to do because it's what you're supposed to do, right? And someone commented the other day that I'm not good enough to do one trade a day yet. And at first I was like, what do you mean? Like that's one trade a day has nothing to do with skill level. But then I really thought about it. I was like, it actually kind of is true because I really I need to keep trial and error, right? You learn from mistakes, you learn from losing trades. So why am I limiting myself to only one learning lesson a day? I'm not saying I'm going to go blow accounts every day and take a bunch of losses, but a lot of times, I actually really, really, really liked this short that we took, which was a technically revenge trade yesterday, but I actually really liked this short. We had a really clear draw on liquidity, which was another low underneath this. We had a really big dump, and then we get this displacement lower. I actually really like this entry because this makes a lot of sense in my head of, hey, we have this trade here. We have this 5-minute gap. We retrade to the equilibrium of this leg down. We have really clear draw into here, relative equal lows. We get this displacement towards it. I'm going to get in here and follow the trade to this low. That makes a lot of sense, and that's something I can learn from. And if I just took my loss, stepped away, right, then it's kind of hard. Also, too, I should have gone break even on this trade yesterday because I was trying to long at all-time highs, so you have to be a little bit more aggressive because it either needs to go or not. It's not just going to chop around here because you're going to get deeper retrace. So a lot of mistakes to learn from, but that's, again, the point. That's the point of what I'm saying here is I want to start being just more able to learn from mistakes, more able to just recognize, hey, and just do what I need to do, right? So I'm taking off all the restrictions, all the handcuffs of, hey, like, I have to do this, this, and this, because it can't be that mechanical. It just has to be, okay, I know when to step away, which isn't really a direct thing. It's just more of a, okay, right, you take a loss, you can't just jump into another trade. A lot of times my biggest mistakes would, let's say I long or shorted here, right, I'll be shorting here and it stops me out, and I get stopped down right here, I just say, you know what, I'm just going to long because it must be going up. That's bad trading. But if you wait and you see your A plus setup, you see a setup that you're like, you know what, this checks every box, this is perfect, and you take a loss and you wait again for that same exact feeling, light bulb setup, then there's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not going to punish myself for that. What I have to do is I can't just get impulsive after losing trades. Right now we have, we don't have SMT at this high, but we do have a little bit of uncorrelation between these two assets here in terms of ES made a down close candle and NQ made an up close candle. It looks like we just want to come sweep out these internal highs here. So I'm going to just pay attention to this level here if we're going to stay above this. All right, you leaving?
Yeah.
All right, bye. I'm going to pay attention to this level here to see if we break above. If we start really pushing higher, then obviously I'm going to be looking for a push towards the all-time highs. But right now, this is a key level where I'm actually expecting to, if we are bearish, which I do like 1, 2, not this one, but 3, 4, and then we have this low right here. And this low, I will be liking to look for shorts off of this high right here if we can get it. So this was at overnight. We have all these lows here. This is Asia and London, Asia right here, which is this low right here, which is Asia low. So I'm going to be looking for something like that, probably play shorts off of there. We do have FOMC today, but it's not the real FOMC, so I'm not worried about that. I'm not going to not trade because of it. Median minute, it just kind of goes over what they went over last week, I believe, because if last week was FOMC, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Is this real FOMC? Is it FOMC? I could be tripping. Let me ask my Discord. But yeah, so we'll just be patient and wait. I'm kind of leaning towards a bearish bias just because we are in this big 4-hour bearish imbalance. But we got to remember we're at all-time highs, and we could just decide to continue ripping. We have SMT at this low too, so right, unless we want to continue towards this low in ES. So again, the stipulation is kind of just see how we react to this level right here. Do we respect this? And I would expect us to be a little bit sensitive to this area and kind of soup this and not really spend too much more time. Maybe we come back down, remanipulate, and go down. But I don't want to see us, spend a ton of time above here if we are going to be bearish on the day. ES is a lot more bearish right now. And Q, right? So would I want to take this inversion right here? Potentially. But we'll see. So I'm trying to figure out what size I want to trade this Alpha Futures account. I think I want to go with 4 micros because the payout rules are a little bit different on this account. You don't have to hit $200 days. I think it's just a consistency rule. So it's really, and then I can withdraw anytime after I have the consistency rule and it doesn't affect my buffer. So right now I have a $2,000 buffer, right? If I make $700 and then I withdraw whatever I can withdraw from that, I will still have whatever my buffer is minus what I withdrew. So that's why, shout out Alpha Futures, code Diego is 25% off right now. Make sure to use code Diego, or any code, but code Diego obviously gets me paid. But their rules are crazy, so I'm really excited to actually be trading an account with them. I've tried to get some with them before, but I just never passed the eval. So this time I actually have one, so I want to take advantage of it. I don't really want to lose it quick, so I think even three micros will get me paid. So I'm just gonna trade this one a little bit more conservatively than the my fund of futures, just because this one also is a little bit more expensive. But yeah, so we had this this sweep of this high, and now we're kind of just building some structure. I don't mind just re-sweeping, but just going to be patient here. I'm going to go back to trading about 2 micros on these Apex because, again, I don't want to buy another account for the rest of this month. So I have more than enough funding to make good money. So I just need to capitalize on that, right? I'll be trading like 1 mini across my accounts pretty much with the 3 micro or the 3 accounts times 2 micros and then the 3 micros in Apex or Alpha Futures, right? We're trading more than enough size to get paid. So my goal here is just with Alpha Futures to just maybe be able to get about a $500 payout this month. That'll be solid because I'll pay for my trading expenses and it'll just be nice, right? It'll be nice to take another payout. And I know I can do that if I just focus, right? It's not hard. I think even if there's a 70% split, I think there's a bigger split in Alpha Futures. 500 times 0.7 or no, 500 divided by 0.7. I just need to make about $700. So there's more than achievable. $700 on 3 micros is divided by 6 is about 100 points, right? There's more than obtainable. And I think that Alpha Futures even has a better profit split. I'll ask chat. Let's see if chat knows. What is the profit split on Alpha Futures standard account? Let's see. Dang, how does chat know this? 80%. Wow. So if I make $1,000. How much can I withdraw max? Let's see, dude. How does chat know all this stuff, bro? So you get $800. Wow. I don't know. Maybe chat. I mean, I don't know how chat knows that, so maybe it's not like 100% accurate. But if you can withdraw 80%, then I only need to make not even that much. So I'm excited for that. And yeah. It's kind of weird because ES and NQ are pretty uncorrelated right now. Like I said, I would like to take this inversion on this like 30-second, but I want to kind of just be a little bit more patient. I'm not really sure this is exactly what I would think is the best trade possible right now because we didn't sweep these lows. I don't know. This looks so good, but it just feels, I don't know, it's like early in the session. But we did resweep the high. I mean, we're just in the middle of this imbalance right here, this 30-minute. But, I mean, this is a really bullish open. But that's what you'd want to see if we're going to continue lower, is a bullish move up, a Judah swing higher, and then a push lower. So this right now, maybe I attempt this trade here on the Alpha Futures account. If we get a strong push lower. Could do the 1 minute fair value gap. Could definitely consider that. And I'll potentially give this a go. Let's we have a lot of liquidity lower. And we have, let's see how big the stop loss would be. It's not that big of a stop loss. We'll go short there, and then we'll try it on these accounts here.
Order filled.
So buy stop, right? That's 2. So if we're selling, we're buying back for 952. So that's cool. We'll let the trade do its thing. Let's have a preemptive target here. And then we'll go break even at the internal low. That's more than enough to be made on the 3 micros all the way down here. So I'll actually just scale one off in this unfilled gap right here. Same thing with on tops on these accounts, scale 1. I'd want to see it follow through here a little bit quicker. Buy a limit, and then we'll take our profit. So hopefully this works out. I like this trade. I like the idea behind it, but again, we could just be fighting a really strong market. Which looks like the case right now. The ES has draws lower, so that's why I think could get us lower. So this is our break-even point. It's our final take profit. So I'm fine with this trade. Just let it do its thing. If ES grabs us low, I'll probably go break even. It's a 5-minute unfilled down here, which is my break even point. Okay, ES is a lot lower. I might go break even here. It's a little bit early. Gonna go break even here on these accounts.
Stop filled.
So we get stopped on those accounts. right there. I kind of don't like that I got stopped, but I wanted to go break even because I don't like the way that we just are really slow to get through here. I think that will probably just resweep. So again, I'm trying to just find my way in my trading again, and if that means just kind of being more aggressive with the break even, not losing, maybe that's what it means. Maybe we went break even early. I don't think so though. I think that this was more than enough time to get lower, and ES was also really close to this equal low and started reversing. So I will look to re-enter this if we get this strong 30-second inversion, or 15-second. This 30-second here, if we inverse this without sweeping out all the lows, I would look to get back in. But again, happy with my break-even decision there because we started slowing down when we got close to low, and that's just, I don't want to be in for that. So that was our first trade. Idea again was just that in the higher time frame, if we wanted to go lower, this would have just been a Judas swing off open. Right here, right above this liquidity, and then we look to go lower. So I like that first attempt. ES leaving those equal lows there makes me feel like we wanted for sure come back down lower at some point. Still early in the day. Thought we were going to get a winning trade there. I really did. So right now we're holding pretty bullish structure. So now I'm just going to kind of sit back and be more patient. Be more patient here. Because maybe we do want to just continue today to go a lot higher. So again, like I said, if we were going to go lower, I'd want to see us go lower aggressively from here. So what happened, we swept that area. We re-swept the internal high, which is something I do like to see. Got the 1 minute inversion. And then when we trade down into these opening price, I'm fine with the break even stop there. So we would have lost. So again, that kind of shows you, right? If I was doing the one trade day, I probably wouldn't have gone break even. I would be lost for 4 straight days. So we're still not seeing the market great, like perfectly, because this was a trade that would have technically lost. But I'm not super disappointed with the way I managed it. No matter what, people are gonna say, "Oh, I thought one trade a day, dude." You know what? At the end of the day, it's about making money and adapting, and learning from mistakes, and right now I just haven't been learning from my mistakes that much. So and the best way to do it is just by adapting the price action. So right now it looks like we are gonna be pretty bullish. I mean, this is market open candle. We've only gone straight up, so I'm not like super bullish on the day besides all-time highs. So watch, this is gonna be what I needed yesterday, which was the market to just be super bullish, and then I'm not gonna get it. So ES is starting to really flip strong, which is interesting to me. I guess we don't have equal highs there. So ES is flipping really strong. Again, also too, we had SMT at this low here, which again was another reason for the break even. So I'm more than happy with the break even. If you guys saw, I actually almost moved it back up to leave my stop, which I'm so glad that it stopped me out, because that would have just been super frustrating to have been lost. So we have another fair value gap here that we could inverse after ES runs out the highs. Let's see if we have a 2 minute. We have this nice 2 minute. So this would be a nice short as well. I don't mind giving this another chance. We have stacked lows now. And then we would have an unfilled 15 in the next 10 minutes. We still have that unfilled 5. So even if we do go higher, I think that we'd maybe push down lower. But I need to see a strong, convincing candle close here on the 2 minute right here. And then we take profit at this this no wick candle. I don't know if that's a no wick. Yeah, it's a no wick candle here on the NQ as well. So I do want to see this as a draw on liquidity. Even if I wanted to take a long, I'd want to see us get below here. So that's why if I do take a short, I want to see us get to here and then see some sort of reaction there. Let's see, where is that wood candle? So yeah, I want to see some sort of reaction there. I would want to see a sweep this high on ES though, but we could just be generating liquidity. It's 9:50, right near this macro time as well. I don't know why. I have my trading view on here as well, and it doesn't show me the. I can't delete the drawings, or else it deletes it here. But I don't. Have this on the 15-minute time frame. So we have equal highs and lows on ES. Maybe that means we could just be a little bit more patient. But I still really like this area here. And let's see the 1 minute. Not inverse. This would be our profit area. This would be our break-even area. Realistically, I'd go break-even here. So we're starting to get a little push up here. And again, we could just be bullish, and that's fine. Like right now, obviously, I'm looking for a flip in price. So right now, I'm like, if I'm looking at this, obviously, yeah, we can lower, low, higher low, or low, high, lower, higher low, higher high, lower, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? We haven't broke any of the structure yet, so I'm not going to take another trade until we get something good, something clear. And right now we're just not. So I wanted to see that be another push up here for ES to get this, but ES is a lot more bearish still. We have equal highs and lows in the market. So that's why, again, I'm going to be really protective of my trade if it does get down here. If I do enter the trade, I'm going to be pretty protective of the entry. I want to see something that screams at me and says, hey, this is the entry short if I do want to take a short. We have this 3-minute gap here that I could look to inverse as well. That would be solid. Got 1 minute on that. So if we do inverse that in the 1 minute or in the 3 minute, it looks pretty solid. But right now we're not. So it just depends, man, what we get, what we want to get. Be kind of tough decision if the 2 minute inverses and the 3 minute doesn't. But doesn't look like we're going to get the 2 minute anyways. So this is still pretty bullish, right? We're tapping into this bullish order block and holding strong. The only reason I'm holding on to this bearish bias is because, again, all this liquidity, and we are in this imbalance to the left, the midpoint. And again, like I said, if we start just making strong legs up, we're respecting the 5-minute order block. If we run through this 5-minute imbalance, then I'd have to probably start reevaluating. Let me see if there's a 15. Yeah, if we really close strong through here on the 5 and 15 and hourly, I'll probably have to readjust my idea for the day with us going lower. So we just reswept this internal high here, which is actually fine for a... If I was wanting the short, right, that's what I'd want to see. I'd want to see is resweep an internal high. But yeah, man, this unfortunate part about trading is that you don't know when your next win's gonna come. I've been losing and losing and losing, and I don't know when my next win's gonna come. And I can't get upset that I was wrong about this short because I protected the trade, right? Was it quick to go break even? Yes, it was very quick, but it's just that kind of market right now, and you have to adapt. You just have to adapt. If you're getting cooked constantly, you have to do something different, and that's maybe going aggressively break even. when we spend 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then we have a third minute to come trade down, right? I don't want to see us trade back into. We don't need to trade into this fair value gap to go lower. We don't need to, right? We need to just leave that area. So right now, looks like nothing. Looks like nothing. So again, I like these live sessions because this is trading. There's not a lot going on a lot of the time, and you can't really I can't sugarcoat it and make it seem like it's the most glamorous thing ever and that you're always having constant action and fun. Right now, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I have no idea if I'm taking a trade or not today. Immediately, this looks less clean. If we do start dumping lower and get a close below here, it looks less clean, but still looks pretty clean, right? ES taps into this fair value gap, and we have this to run through, but it doesn't look that clean because it's just we've spent so much time here. I don't really love it. And again, like if we just keep running higher, I can't really fight the direction because this is where we should have already started to reverse. See how this hour will close, and this will be a very bullish hourly close. We could soup into this hourly fair value gap, right? But if we inverse this 4 hour, I gotta kind of be a little bit like, hey man, maybe I don't need to be looking for shorts. Is kind of the idea here because we tagged into this order block and strong push. So really curious now. I'm gonna just wait for 10 a.m. to finish because if we continue just pumping higher, then yeah, I can't really justify continuing to look for shorts. This is the 4 hour gap. So we will see. And still though, if I wanted to go long after taking this trade, I'd have to see us pull back into this area right now. Or sweep some sort of low. So right now, yeah, shorts are off the table for me. I think ES wants to come draw towards these highs here. In fact, I'm going to even take a paper trade. Let's do a paper trade. Why is it not showing me? Why is it not showing me my paper trade entry? I mean, it shows me my entry, but it doesn't show me my, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of weird, isn't it? That doesn't show me. So this is really strong drawn liquidity, which is the equal highs. So obviously it's a paper trade, but I'm just expecting it to go there, just kind of tape reading while I wait for a real setup. It's a tricky day to navigate. Isn't it crazy that if it hits this target, I would have secured like $120 in like a minute and a half? Like that's crazy money, dude, that trading can make you. A sell stop of 3. Now I made triple equal highs on ES. Be interesting if we decide to not go up there. And NQ slowly climbing up. So this is a really fun day, man. Nothing to do. And, I mean, we tried to go short. Is this the greatest short ever? No. It's not like the most light bulb, but I don't mind taking it and being aggressive on my break even at all. But yeah, it's really, looking back, I mean, it was just like one of those trades where it's like, okay, we didn't even break structure, so it makes sense why I didn't go lower, but this is an aggressive entry. I thought that we could definitely run and make a run lower. It's really just based on this high. I was expecting that if this was where we'd find a reaction lower, that's where we'd go short. So I'm perfectly fine taking that trade. 10 a.m. just opened, so that means that we have inversed the hourly gap, and we have inversed the 4 hour. So it's very, very hard to see this 4 hour close like this and say, you know what, I want to go short. So I'm going to mark out this 4 hour IFVG and look for the midpoint. Because now I'm expecting all-time highs. So now I'm expecting longs, and we just hit take profit here. I'm not sure why that didn't fill. Two. Dude, that's why you can't trade off TradingView. Good thing this is just paper, bro. This would annoy me. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? This is okay. I'm not doing that again on paper. That was not worth it. How do I get rid of these executions, bro? All right, perfect. So is this all-time highs up here? This is all-time highs up here, so I'm going to be really, really dialed in on trying to find a trade now to long side. I need to find a good entry, but it looks like we're just not going to get one, which has just been story of my life recently, bro. This has been the most frustrating thing ever, because now we're going to have a really clear draw on liquidity and not be able to get a trade to it. Because you just can't long right here at all, no matter what. Even if you know for a fact the price is going up there, that's just something I can never let myself do, which is just long right here. Like, it would make no sense, but we have literally like 70 points to the all-time high. So hopefully we can find a pullback to one of these fair value gaps. Right there, a 5 minute maybe. Right, we need some sort of pullback, and then I can look for a continuation. But not in a rush. We can just wait. Maybe we get a 30-minute gap, right? Maybe we wait, right? That's, again, why I like these live sessions, because it just shows, like, right now in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get a trade. I'm missing my entry or whatever. I'm not going to get along. But then you guys will know in like 30 minutes from now, I might get a perfect entry, and it's just like a beautiful day. So that's what you have to remember with trading, is that you never know when you're going to get what you want. You never know. I do not know. I do not know if I'm not going to get a trade. I don't know if it's going to pull back. I don't know if it's going to dump, go rip higher. I have no idea right now. All I can do is wait and do my best to find the best possible entry. I struggle on trend days, though, so we shall see. Chill, man. This has been a really more of a chill day. I haven't been freaking out because I haven't lost yet, but the losing streaks hurt, man, and I get flooded with comments of people telling me what to do and what I'm doing wrong and how I'm doing it wrong. And I just want you guys to realize it's not that deep, man. Trading is a game of trial and error. You learn from mistakes. You learn from experience. You keep trying. You keep showing up. You keep doing what you need to do. And you get better slowly, but surely you get better. That's all trading is. So, right? Would there have been a long entry for me today? Maybe on ES, but I don't trade ES, and we also just didn't sweep out this low. So that's a little bit sus, but we swept out this one. which is that London low? That is London low. So we have swept. We didn't sweep London low on ES, but we swept London low in terms of like this area and NQ. So that's cool to see. But again, right now, like this is the hard thing with trades. Right now, I have no idea what to do. Like in terms of where am I gonna get entry? I don't know. But I actually just don't need to know, right? I can get another opportunity later that is perfect, and I'm like, oh wow, this is really easy. This is really obvious. Why did I not think of that? And then you wonder why you jammed 6 different trades beforehand. So we just keep waiting, Bro. Dang, bro. The guy that helps me coach is not going to be there today for the first practice. I do not want to do it by myself, but it's all good. Guys, I just got a text that said they're hiring. Salaries $100 to $600 per day, working 1 to 2 hours per day. Flexible at home. Text back if interested. Oh my gosh. That would be so sick. That'd be so great, man, if I could make $100 to $600 per day at home. Bum, 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 bum. Dude, nothing's going on, man. This trade stuff is so boring. What's it called? Take Profit Trader. They're doing 40% off lifetime. So if you buy an account, it doesn't matter how long it takes. It will only rebuild at 40%. That's pretty cool. I haven't gotten an account with them before, but I know a lot of people that use them. So, code Diego. There's zero chance anyone's sitting here watching this whole video, which I don't blame you. I low-key might just pause this until we get something, because I don't want another 4-hour video. So yeah, you guys will be paused, but it'll be like a split second. Little update, this thing's just going straight up. So, again, a part of trading is that if it just goes and rips to all-time highs, then we don't get a good long, and that's just going to be unfortunate. Because yeah, I just honestly don't see a world where this thing doesn't just go straight up now. Because we are now within 50 points of all-time highs and just going straight up. So I guess what I could have done is traded this IFEG and been a king and held this thing to the all-time highs. And you get in here and you go break even at this high, and then you TP at 2R, and then you TP at the all-time. Bro, how do people trade like that, bro? How do you know that from here it's going to go to all-time highs straight up, bro? I don't understand. But that's just me coping. No, it's just me explaining my thought process, bro. All right, back on pause. Update, I'm just scrolling on my phone, and I'm waiting for a retest of this 15-minute fair value gap. I'll show you guys right now. This right here, why is this one where I want to see? Well, because that's the smallest retracement possible for this big move. It's not even equilibrium. But the reason why I want to see that is because this is the 10 a.m. open candle, and you notice we have literally no wick on that candle in this bad boy. So we've only gone up on 10 a.m. So I'd want to see us start building some liquidity, run lower into this 10-minute, into this 10 a.m. open hour candle, sweep into there. That would be probably an SMT, just because we've been so bullish since there, and then we could find some support there and find a potential long off that level to go to this high, and then maybe hold to all-time highs, probably just take everything off of that high. So that's the new update. If we don't get down there, I really can't imagine I'd take a trade, right? This is not a shallow enough, this is not a deep enough sweep for me. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe ES come down to here. That'd be nice. But yeah, I need to see us have some sort of pullback and then some sort of entry long confluence. Otherwise, I'm not going to take a trade. So that's the new update. I'll see you guys scrolling. All right, so a little update, man. We have a nice tap into this 5-minute gap, and we're getting this 1 minute. IFVG here, but I'm not the biggest fan, and the reason why I'm not the biggest fan is because I just think that this thing, I've seen this type of thing play out so many times where, like, we have one high here, which is great, but we don't typically, and we could do this and then I miss out, we don't typically just go down, find support, and then bounce, right? A lot of times, like we did this here, but everyone's expecting that, right? They're playing this type of, oh, we have a pullback, you buy the pullback, right? So people are buying here, loading up longs, and then it just fails and rolls over. So I'm expecting that this will fail, roll over, sweep this, maybe even get down to here, which is where I want to see, and then we get the real entry. So that's kind of the idea. I'm gonna just let's see. So I you know, it's hard though, because I'll see this, if I see a big candle come through here and close here, I'll be like, oh my gosh, this is going. But then I have to remember that's the same thought I always have, and that's why I lose, and that's a trade I lose on all the time. So even if the one time I don't get in and it does go and it actually does do what I think, oh my gosh, it's so obvious, I have to remember all the times that looks obvious and it doesn't work that way. So if we get this candle through here, again, I will want to long this, but it's like, why take a loss here? Or what I could do is just be really, really aggressive on break even and go break even, like literally right above this high right here. That's like the only other alternative to this. But again, like I said, I expected that we're actually going to start building the liquidity to then make the real move. So I'll kind of be looking for that here. But I really just want to see a sweep of this low, or now at least this internal low, because now we'd have a sweep inside of a 5-minute gap, right? And we'd have this 30 minutes about to open. So again, that's kind of what my thought process is. People might be wondering why am I not, or might wonder if we did get a close up here, why I wouldn't be looking to long that right away. And yes, looks like a great long as well, because look, we're in this 5-minute gap, tagged this 5-1, and then we're just flipping. But why I don't think this is a good trade, because again, I've seen this too many times where we just generate liquidity. So that's trying to use my market experience. And if it goes up, it goes up, right? Then I just missed out. And we just continued the bull trend. But again, if I did get in, I'd have to go break even almost immediately. So this is starting to play out, and I'm starting to get FOMO of like, oh, I could get in. The risk isn't too bad. But I don't know, dude. Something about this, right? Something about this says, hey, don't do it. Wait for a better entry. This isn't the best possible entry. But it could be a good entry. And that's the hard part with trading, is that I could win on this. I could take a long right here, and it could be fantastic. My hair looks awful, bro. And it could be a fantastic trade, but I just have to use the fact that I've seen this a lot of times, and it doesn't work out a lot of the time. The times that does work out is not worth all the times that it doesn't. So I'll feel like a genius if I did predict this perfectly, and it does actually just end up dumping. But even if it doesn't, right, it doesn't mean I don't lose money for protecting my capital and waiting for something I want perfectly. So that's the hardest thing with trading, is that sometimes what you want perfectly doesn't happen, and then the one that you kind of didn't like that much does happen. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if that is the case. And why is there a gap in the candles there? Don't need. So if I was in this trade here, I'd want to go break even at this swing high potentially. Let's see what the 30-second would look like. Yeah, I'd want to go break even there, because I'd want to see it just continue to run new highs. So again, I'd already be a little bit concerned with this lack of follow through, because if you're getting into this move, you want to see it be kind of quick. So yeah, pretty happy to not have gotten in so far. I mean, if it rips up, I'll get a little bit of FOMO, but it is what it is. I'm expecting that we'll start generating some liquidity, so I'm already preemptively going to just expect that this is another liquidity point. Now we'll have 3 highs to trade towards instead of just 1, and that's something that I know from, I don't even have to look back through my notes and know, hey, I've lost here so many times where, hey, I thought maybe we sweep this high here, and then we keep going lower. But I've seen this so many times, and we could just go up, right? I could be wrong. This could be the entry, and that's why, again, I would probably have gone break even really quick right there. So let's see. It wouldn't have stopped us at break even yet, and looks like it wants to continue going. So that's all good. But if we get to this high, then I was probably wrong. Especially if we get above this high, but I think that we'll put in a little failure swing here is what I'm anticipating. So I could be wrong. I will update you guys instead of just watching this print, but yeah. So again, this could be early. This is a pretty quick update on this trade, but we put in an SMT at this highs, right? ES swept out the high, NQ didn't. And now we're starting to reject. So this would be, I would be break even at this point for sure, because again, we swept out the high. So I would be stopped at break even on this trade, even if I took it. So there's no FOMO there. because I can't imagine a reason I would hold my trade past break even when we take out this high, put an SMT. So again, this could be where we start seeing the generation of liquidity right here. I want to see this high get left and then sweep this low or get into that 15-minute gap. The 30-minute just opened up, I bet, which it did. So this is even better, right? I want to see this get traded too, and leave the highs and then go higher, right? That's a very, very high probability setup that I like. I have a lot of confidence in that model if we can get it. But right now, we are bullish because we closed above these down close and we were respecting it. So again, we could just continue up higher, and this could have been the entry, and we don't get our entry, but that's what trading is. You have to take the one that you like the most, and if you don't get it, there's always another day, and someday you'll get the one you want exactly the most. And that's what I've been missing a lot with my trading recently. I've been taking trades kind of like this one, where it's not exactly the most what I want, and then it doesn't end up working, and I end up getting frustrated, and then the one that I should have waited for actually ends up playing perfectly, and I'm like, oh, well, I just could have easily done this, and it's shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's the hard part, because right now I'm watching this trade, I'm like, oh, well, if this would have worked, then I missed my trade, but I didn't really miss my trade. I just didn't see exactly what I wanted to see, and that's perfectly fine. It's hard to explain that though, right? It's hard to believe that when you see it. Like right now, I'm getting a lot of FOMO. I mean, it's good for the video. I'm getting a lot of FOMO seeing this trade potentially go and run that high, because I'm like, oh wow, I could have gone in here, maybe having limit ordered on this inversion, and then boom, I could have made like 25 points at the high. I could have had, the stop loss, and it might go all the way up to the all-time high. But at the same time, right, there's a reason why I didn't love it, so that's fine, right? We have another SMT internally on the 1 minute. So again, it looks like we're going to keep running higher, but maybe we don't, and this would be perfect equal highs. We don't have the equal highs. We're probably just going to keep running higher, but that's all right, all right? That's all right. Again, if we leave highs like this and we go lower, I'm not saying it's going to happen. It couldn't. It might not. But if it does, that's a beautiful target, and that makes a lot more. That's a lot more of my conviction. I have a lot more conviction in this type of trade than I would, than I would if it didn't do this. So this wouldn't have been necessarily a losing trade, but it wouldn't be a winning trade if this thing comes back down, especially now, because this candle comes down and gets around this area, it probably would definitely stop my break even. Because even if I didn't go break even here, I would definitely be break even on this candle closure. So this candle would be freaking me out. So, I mean, I guess reverse engineering this, I could actually sell the market here on paper. I want to see if this reverse engineer thought process works. And then take profit at this swing low. Because I'm expecting that this would be the high that we don't trade to until we go lower. So where would I go break even? I'd probably go break even near this area here, because this is where we previously souped a 5 minute. Wait, no. I'd probably go break even inside this 5 minute here on this trade. And let's see if this reverse engineered short works. Again, the idea behind this is just that I'm expecting this to fail and not go higher. There's no like magic confluence I have. It's just I've seen this enough times to where I think this would actually be a decent short, and my stop loss is at this high, because this is the idea behind, hey, I don't think we're going to this high right now. I think we're going to manipulate lower one more time with the SMT. So it'll be interesting to see if this trade plays out. Obviously, I'm not taking on my real accounts for a reason, because it's not exactly what I know to trade. But this is the thing with trading, and what I'm trying to get better at is just using more discretion for the sake of discretion, because I think if you can manage risk and you understand what you're doing, you can trade anything. And this is like kind of proof that you can kind of trade anything, because, I mean, if this works, even if it doesn't work, it's still like the worst idea, right? Because you're just managing risk. I would probably then move my stop, like, I'd probably have my stop at this high, just because, again, like if it goes up here, it's probably going to keep going. But, yeah, I mean, that's like, for the paper trade, I kind of want to just leave it here, because for the sake of the actual argument, which is, hey, we're not going to get above here. I think the market's going to go lower. I think NASDAQ's going to drop after the SMT. That's kind of like the framework. So, right, I'm going to leave my stop loss where the framework's invalid, because it still has good risk. And we could even target this gap down here. So we could take some profits here. We could take half off, buy back to here. Let's see. 2 right here, confirm, right? We could sell 2, right? So we sell half at a 1-to-1, or a 2-to-1, right? And what does that mean? So that would be technically our break-even point. But I just want to show this real quick for the example. So right now our stop's up here. That's 16 points. If our first take profit's here, that's a 2R, so that means that on our risk, we're making back what we're risking here on our first take profit with half our position. So why would I go break even there? Because once we start dumping, I'd want to see us, I would actually just trail my stop to here, just because now we could continue higher if we don't want to resweep. We don't always have to resweep. But I guess for the sake of it, I could say that we go break even. But I just think that, again, high resistance liquidity sometimes, we generate highs. So now I expect this high to be a high that we don't resweep until we want to actually run the highs later. So let's see. Do we have a 30-second gap probably that we're inversing? No, we don't. So I think that we're going to continue to kind of chop down. And again, this is always how it happens. So this is exactly what I'm expecting. We have this big sharp move down, and we don't just run flush lower. We start chopping. We still put in more price action. So I'm going to actually leave my stop loss at this high for the sake of the paper trade. And again, this is kind of an interesting walkthrough, because now I'm anticipating us to be choppy. I don't think that we're just going to completely flush lower. I don't think that we're just going to get this move, right? We're not just going to put in this S&P and dump, because we're not bearish. We're just generating liquidity, right? So we're faking people into longs, trapping buyers, right? We trap buyers here because all morning they saw, hey, we pump up off open, we've been ripping, we're trapping buyers. We trap buyers here, or what's it called? Sellers, right? We're trapping sellers. So anyone selling the market, it's like, oh, okay. Or no, what am I trying to explain? I don't know the terms for trapping or selling, whatever, but why am I expecting this? Because I don't think we're going to get above this high. Genuinely, because I don't think we're going to get above this high because, one, the S&T, but also, two, it makes sense, right, that we're going to generate this. Why? Because, look, my idea was that this high wasn't going to be swept. So when we came up here and we didn't sweep this high, right, and we break lower, I don't expect it to be quick. I expect us to come up, put another maybe equal high, maybe resweep this one, leave this one again, because we're trapping people that are selling this area. People that think this is a good price to sell at, when it gets down lower, right, they're going to be thinking they're in the right move, and then it's going to reverse on them very, very aggressively, because what do we need to do now? We ripped off open. If we're going to go to all-time highs, everybody that longed here can't be right. Why? Because that's just not how the market works. They need liquidity. So we need people willing to buy price, and people are not willing to buy price right up here. People are willing to sell price here. So what's happening with the people that long market open, that took longs, right? They're trailing their stop to here, to here, to here, to here, to here now, right? A lot of stops are here because they're just trying to secure profits, right? Market could reverse anywhere. So people are securing profits. So the market, in my opinion, isn't going to go higher and make a new high until we purge someone's stop loss, right? The people that are in longs, market doesn't want to give them all-time highs. You typically don't just go straight to all-time highs. Sometimes you do, and that's fine. But you're typically not going to go straight to all-time highs. Why? Because market needs to punish somebody that got long. Somebody that's right needs to be punished. And the person that's right, that moved their stop to here, needs to be punished. So I expect us to keep trapping orders, keep trapping sellers to then flip the buyers, right? People are selling here to what? Buyers, right? We're selling the market down to the buyers, and then we're going to get a flip. That's my idea here. So I'll update if I'm right or wrong. I'm just going to pause this video again, but I'll update if I'm right or wrong here. So a little update now on the short idea. So it's working out kind of exactly what I thought. We kind of came down, chopped in, put more highs, and now we're running this. Now I want to see us accelerate, run to this low, leave a fair value gap, which we're not doing. But yeah, this was the, don't move that. This was the idea, and it's kind of working out perfectly. So we will see. Now this is when I would actually trail my stop now to this area here, because I wouldn't want to be that high resistance. If I was actually in this short, I'd want to see it just continue lower now. Maybe even actually put my stop here, because it should run lower. And we secured a 1R, right? So we actually have a 1R now with our trailed stop. So we actually hit at least 1R on this trade. Obviously, it's not like a real trade. So I'm just trying to like tape read. I don't think it should go up here before dumping lower, but we could be just choppy. So I'll actually just move this to break even, just let the trade idea play out and see what happens. But yeah, I mean, obviously it doesn't really matter. This is paper, but the idea was there, right? Why did I say that this was probably going to fail? Just screen time. I don't have any other real reason besides I just seen that not play out enough that I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm actually learning from it. I think that's the biggest thing is I need to remember, like, I actually know what I'm doing with this stuff, and I've done good before, and it's just recently I've been just going against, like, I would see something that I was like, hey, back of my head, I've seen this not fail enough. This isn't perfect. But in my mind, I'm like, I need to get this. I need to stop my losing streak. I need to get in this trade. And it's just like, dude, I'm doing it to myself. I'm being impatient. That's what I mean when I'm saying I'm being too impatient. I'm just taking setups I know, like, hey, this is low-key super mid. But I'm like, oh, I need this trade. So, yeah. I need to remember that I'm actually like that. I'm actually like this. I can actually spot this in the market. I can read the market. I can predict things, not perfectly, but it's like I've seen this too many times. This S&T especially was a really good sign. When we failed to go up, we've been trending like this, and we failed to take out the high. Like, this is screaming. We're gonna chop around to sweep into a 15-minute or hourly gap, or 30-minute gap, and then we're gonna push higher. So again, we're still just chopping, right? When we make these equal lows, no chance in heck I'm ever trying to long now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for either side to get taken. Again, just high resistance still. So I'm actually just going to leave my stop since it's just paper. So now we're starting to dump. It should go quick now, but you never know with this type of price action. We are going to put an SMT at the lows there now, so if we do. But we're not going. This is just pulling teeth price action that you don't want to be a part of. But it will be hard to just say, hey, if there's no setup today, just say, hey, there's no trading setup today, and just kind of go on with your day. That'll be frustrating. But that'll also be part of this game. Like, this should just already have been flushed right through here. But what it's doing is giving a chance to give us a fair value gap here. So this will be a nice sweep. We'll have this high here. We'll have 3 different highs, right? We'll have this one, the main one, the all-time highs. We'll have this internal one here inside this fair value gap. We'll have this one here, right? We have so many different swing points. Now we're getting that 30 minutes, so now we just hit the take profit. Now stop would be trailed aggressively to here because I expect to flip from this level. And then we either hit the final one and we get a nice long, or we don't. Right now I'm going to look here. What do I need to see to take a trade here? I need to see some sort of imbalance get flipped. So if we have to take this one, we'll take this one. If that's the only one, we'll take this one. But if we ideally make a 1-minute gap here on this candle or the next one, I'm just going to close this trade here because I just want like my screen so I can analyze charts. Obviously, I would just hold it if I was really in the trade, but it doesn't really matter. It's not that deep to me. I just want to... I want to be able to read, like, clearly see the chart. So let's see. We have that 1-minute gap that we could potentially get. I do want to see us get down here if we can, right? That would be a really nice confluence, but we don't have to. This would be a point that I would want to see it inverse before breaking that. We have SMT here. Now whenever we stop. So this is a really nice trade. Maybe we don't keep SMT. And again, we could have SMT at this low, which is my main idea. So that's what I want to see is sweep the 10 a.m. Maybe we could even sweep this on ES, even sweep into here, or this, and then we get a nice long. That's like the thesis right now. If we dump through this fair value gap, I will then not be looking to probably trade. That'll just be kind of, yeah. What I'll do is not really look to trade if we dump through there. So right now we're going to have this fair value gap. This is a very, very easy setup here to take. I'd want to see us leave all these highs. Right here, boom, boom, boom. There's 4 highs for us to easily trade to. More than 4. This is a solid trade. This would be a solid trade. Again, we have the SMT. Now that this SMT is now irrelevant to me because why? Well, we use the SMT to then sweep this low. So now we have a bullish SMT. So I'm not worried about, oh, we have bearish bullish SMT. No, we did its job. We put an SMT to sweep this low. That's the job. I would, at this point, want us to see us Now, I want to see us get into this gap right here, this 5-minute, because that is equilibrium from not the day open, but from where we put in our first like bit of price action. We actually would be equilibrium right around that area. So of this range, we're in equilibrium, not from market open. Market open's a little bit lower. But now we're going to get that, it looks like, hopefully, because I do really want to see us sweep into that underneath this 10 a.m. low, because that would be SMT. And it's just, we don't have a wick on this candle on 10 a.m. So I'd want to see that. I want to see us put in a wick. I want to pay attention, though, to this fair value gap getting heavily respected, and we don't have to go up and sweep all-time highs after the price run. So I do want to kind of keep that in mind. The hourly gap's going to open in the next 6 minutes as well, so I don't have to rush into anything. But the idea, the framing is all there, and this is what trading is, and this is why you do all this framework and all this stuff, analysts. And then if you lose, you just, it's fine, right? It doesn't mean that you're just a terrible trader. It means you waited for what you want to saw and it didn't work out. So that's kind of what we're looking at here now. It's kind of line up perfectly. This is the last little bit of the window I want to trade. Like 11:30 is kind of like the latest I want to be on the charts here. So let's see. Let's see what we get. Ideally, I mean, we could have an hourly fair value gap right on this low as well. That will open in the next 5 minutes. So we have a lot of time to be patient here. We're going to inverse this 5 minute, but that doesn't really mean too much because again, like I just expect that to be a deeper time frame retracement to this 30-minute balance and 15-minute balance to then flip and run the all-time highs. Right, this first candle off open is very strong. That's a very strong candle, almost 0.5%. So I expect it to actually matter, right? I don't think that we'll just do this to just rip all the way lower. If we do rip all the way lower, then we'll have an ability to take a potential trade to the 9:30 open. But again, I'll probably just be off the charts by then. So let's just sit here and now see if we get this trade live. If we don't, well, okay, maybe I just do a recap of my one break-even trade. I don't know. But shout out you guys. We're almost going to put another quarter in the jar because of 250 subscribers. Every 250, I throw a quarter into my jar that I'm building right here. Of all the subscribers, it's starting to fill up a little bit. It's kind of cool. It will be crazy someday when this thing's like chunked up like this, you know, like where you could see like a good amount in there. But I mean, every 250, so we're at 5.7K, like 5,730 or no 10. So we're at like 40 subs away from another milestone. Really would be cool to hit 6K. 10K before the year would be insane. I don't know if that can happen unless just some miracles start happening in my life and cool things start happening. I don't know if we'll be able to reach the 10K goal, but we'll hit 10K before a year from now, ideally. So that would be really cool. I mean, 4,300 more subs away from 10K. I mean, 10K would be like, wow, that's sick. Like to see 10,000 subscribers. I mean, I don't even know what I would do myself with 10,000 subscribers. I would just be overjoyed with that. So, again, just trying to manage my composure on this. If we get the trade, we get it, great. If we don't, we don't, man. So we're gonna have this SMT in place. We're a lot more bearish or bullish than bearish, I would say, because look, we have like NQ came all the way down to the opening price of this. We tagged into this 30-minute gap. We're nowhere near the bottom of this candle. I do want to just see the next candle kind of open up and then maybe resweep this level, but we have a lot of confluence here to then if we do get a strong solid long. We did inverse this 5 minute, but again, like I said, I'm not worried about that 5 minute short to the downside because we left all this liquidity to the upside. So, and we left all this liquidity yesterday. So I want to see this get ran now. I don't want to see this retrace all the way down to equilibrium. This is a case where I actually don't want to see equilibrium. So most people will be like, oh, don't you want to wait for EQ to long? I don't really want to see it get down here because if it gets all the way down here, I don't think it's going to bounce. I think it's just going to keep going lower. That's just my opinion, right? It doesn't mean it's right. But I want to see us stay in the upper half. I want to see us stay in the midpoint of the midpoint, right? So if this is the midpoint, I want to see us have a reaction to this midpoint, right? Which is where we're at. We're at the midpoint of this range. So I want to see that 75% kind of hold, find support, and get it legs up. That's what I'm looking for. But who knows, right? It's all market experience. That's all we're doing is we're trying to learn from situations that we've seen before, trying to always adapt. And that's the key. That's the key to this trading stuff. It's about always adapting to new information that we learn from, right? It's not about being right every single time. It's saying, hey, this is my theory. I've seen this a few times. I'm going to learn from it. If it doesn't work, I'll figure out maybe why. But I'm going to frame everything as best I can. So now we have another 2 minutes and a half till we have the hourly open. I will be kind of like, I don't know. I want to see us tap into the hourly gap first on this next hour before I try and long, just because I feel like if I do long, it'll want to resweep one more time into the hourly gap. But maybe not, right? Maybe it doesn't, but it just like this is really close. So hopefully we don't get this inversion the next 2 minutes because I'll probably be long on it. But I would expect us to have one more sweep into this new hourly gap right here. But we don't have to, right? We could just leave this because we did tag into everything, the 15-minute, the 30-minute, we're having legs up. So I will take this 1 minute long, but I'll be willing to give one more re-entry if we get a long right after. And if I'm wrong twice, then I'm just wrong twice. So we might get a trade here. This will be beautiful. I'm going to get ready to enter this. Do I have a 30-minute I can trade off of? 30-second, I mean. No, so we're going to go off the 1 minute. We're going to go off the 1 minute here. I really like this trade. Really like this trade. 15 seconds now. Let's see if we have everything ready here. Cool. This is a great trade. This is a great IFVG. Let's see the 2 minute. 2 minute has 1 more minute to close. I think depending on the 1 minute. The 1 minute just closed there. I think I might wait a second here on the. I don't need to wait for the 2 minute, but if this 30-second candle closes above, then I'll not wait. But if it doesn't, I'll wait. So I want to see this 2 minute inversion for value gap. So we're recording. Cool. I just don't like that immediate kind of push down. Again, this could be one more generation of liquidity, tag into the hourly gap, and then go. I could be wrong, but that's what my thought process is. And I want a deeper close above. I don't want an equal high. Like, this is not really an inversion for value gap. We didn't inverse on NQ, so that's good to know, right? We did not inverse yet on NQ. If we do on this candle, then I will go for it and then be willing to re-enter. So cool. That's the type of close I'd want to see. I'm in there. Get in on these accounts here. Right
Order
here.
filled.
And then sell stop, and then sell stop up here. And let's just see if we lose. I'm willing to give it one more try because the hourly just opened. So that will mean that we'll have the hourly for value gap. So 72 is my stop. Yeah, so this is a small loss to take. I don't know if I'll go break even at this high because I want to see it be quick through here. So that's the trade. I'm gonna let the runner go on this account, but I'll scale 2 off at this. I'll scale 1 at this high, and then 1 at this internal high. And I will do. I'll scale 1 here. Let's do 3. Scale 1 here, and then 1 off at this internal high here. Let's make sure 1 off at this internal high here. So that'll be our trade. So we'll go break even at this swing high right here. And let the trade play out. Maybe we could go break even at this higher swing high. But I'm really happy. This is one of the best trades I've taken in a while. Not just because it's up, but just because of all the patience, everything I waited for. This is how you want to get the winning days. I do kind of want to go break even there, but I do want to also just give it some time. I think I will go break even. I'm going to give it some room to do its thing. I want to see it close above that level, and then I will go break even. If we get a close, I'll go break even. I want to see this fair value gap get inverted before I go break even, potentially. But let's see. Do we have some room? I might just go for it now. Trail my stop a little bit to 78. I'm going to go break even because if it comes all the way back down, I could always get a better entry. So this account, we got a worse fill. So I might, yeah, I'm just going to go break even. Actually, no. I want to let this trade do its thing. I want to let it do its thing. And if it loses, we have another re-entry potential. So it does look like it's going to lose. But again, this is one of my better trades I've taken in a while. I could have gone break even there at these highs. I didn't. I actually might just close these things at break even here or a small loss. But at this point, I might as well just let it do its thing. If we get it back above this high, then we'll go break even. Yeah, if we get back above this high, then I can go break even. That'll be the game plan. I don't want to rush it because I'm fine re-entering this if we are wrong. We swept that 11 a.m. open price, and now we're going to get some legs up, hopefully. So, yeah. Still, I stand by the fact that this is one of my better trades I've taken in a long time, even if it comes down and loses, because this is the trades I need to be losing on. So we get a nice leg up here. Needs to continue. ES is looking good. Everything's looking good. I may go break even now, even though it's a little early. I needed to get another leg up, but I actually want to go. Dude, I don't know. I'm a little bit worse of a fill on my other account, so it's kind of hard for me to go break even until we get above that high. Need that inversion for value gap. If we get an order block, I'm gonna go break even. If we get stopped, we get stopped. But I want to see it have no hesitation here. I want to see it move. I think it should go now. And we are retrading to this high. So I'm fine with that. If we get stopped at break even, I've made my decision. So I'm completely cool with it. Still a good trade. Need to run through these equal highs and keep going. 10 points away from our first take profit on Apex. This will be our first winning trade in forever, boys. We're witnessing it live. I'll take one there as well on these Apex or an Alpha Futures just to see a winning day, man. I haven't seen a winning day in months and months and months. This will be a frustrating break even. But I can't tell you how happy I'm going to be if this trade wins, even just the first take profit, because I haven't hit a take profit in ages. See if we can get that inversion for value gap. It's never quick and easy. My stop loss on Apex. I need this thing to just rip, man, boys and girls. Come on, pray for it in chat, man. I need this too, for my own sanity. But at the end of the day, we're not losing. I need to just pack it up after this trade, regardless of outcome, because I can already feel myself getting emotional. I can already feel myself getting very emotional here. Just frustrated. Not even emotional, but frustration. The frustration level's off the charts. Because it just should go. If it wants to go up, it needs to just go now on this next candle open. It needs to go now. If ES takes out that high, I'm going to close half my position on both my accounts. Dude, are we about to actually hit a take profit? Nasty. Come on, just a 1-to-1, man. That's all I ask. No way we're actually about to do it.
Order
Wow,
filled.
we hit a take profit, guys. We have hit our first winning trade almost ever. Like, it feels like this is the first time I've ever won. I'm going to trail the 200 on that account. Let's see where 200 is here. Trailing to the 200 because we just should have speed above these highs now. And that's a winning day for the first time ever. We've dropped size on our trades, so the wins are going to be smaller. Oh my gosh, smaller wins. I just need to hit something. I need to hit something. I need this to be the take profit, so if it reversed on my face, we didn't lose everything. But I'm happy with that. I low-key might even just close these Apex accounts. But there's no reason to. Just gonna let it do its thing. I'm gonna leave it at break even. What's another $8 for me? Nothing, bro. I'm just gonna leave it. Leave it at break even. Leave this account at break even. If it stops us out, we had a take profit. We had a winning day. It's better than it was, and we're just gonna let it do its thing, man. Live manage this trade. So this will be full take profit. Stoked on that, man. I couldn't be happier. I think we made equal highs, so I'm actually expecting this to keep going because this thing is equal highs. How much more points is this? That's another $16. I'm gonna take my Apex account. I'm gonna take my final profit. Actually, no. I'm gonna take my this account right here, Alpha Futures, I'm going to take my second profit here and then leave my final one for all-time highs and then leave my Apex ones here. So I kind of have two more take profits, this one and the next one. So I do expect those to keep going higher just because we have these equal highs here on the actual NQ chart. So this is our trade. We hit a 1-to-1, took profit there, and then we're letting the runner do its thing. Cool with that, man. ES took the high. That's why I'm also wanting to take profit there. And we just let it do its thing. We actually took a winning trade, even though it's the smallest win that I could probably potentially get. I'm literally stoked on it because, wow, I've just been struggling. So this was the best trade we've taken in forever. And it's still not even that good of a trade because it hasn't even gone to our take profit, really. But you got to take what you can get in these markets at this time of day as well. The new 15-minute candle is about to open here. I would like to see that thing continue as higher, which it should. But yeah, struggling to do its thing. But that's all right because we hit our take profit and we didn't lose today. So we didn't keep losing. We didn't add to the losing streak. So let's go, man. I'll just keep letting this thing play out for you guys to watch live if you want and see how I react to it. But yeah, I'm not going to move my stop loss. I've seen this too many times where I get too emotional with it, try and trail it too much, and this thing just rips 100 points. So I'm going to let it do its thing. Man, I'm happy on that, though. This is the model right here. I'll go over it at the end. I kind of just wanted to play out, so we'll see here. ES, it needs to start ripping through the highs. NQ, I want to see how that high kind of gets responded to. If we want to keep going or not. Because we should run the high now. And I want to see how we kind of respond. So the new 30 seconds just open. We should run higher. I want to see how we respond. How many points is this? I'm a full take profit in between the midpoint of the, actually. I'm a full take profit that high. I kind of want to close the trade there, but I'm going to close
Order
that there
filled.
because we've just been struggling these accounts. Just secure a winning day there, and we'll let the Alpha Futures do its thing. So we're actually going to let Alpha Futures be the runner where we actually make our bread today. If we make nothing, we make nothing. But I wanted to just secure that, the Apex. 94. So now we can just watch it here. If it comes down, stops at a break even, stops at that break even. Our next take profit is at this high. Happy with that. Obviously, I closed this trade. Could have kept going up, but I just don't want to deal with that. So we secured at least today 83 times 3 plus the $50 that we made here. Plus 50. So we secured a $300 day. I mean, that's literally more than enough to make a living, bro. That's literally all you need in life. $300 a day. I know I can't withdraw that money, but we have this 5-minute fair value gap. That's our last protection in front of our stop loss. So hopefully we get a strong reaction there. Because I could see us stopping us out at break even, just ripping, but I'm not going to revenge trade. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to let it do its thing. So that's cool. What happens if we take full take profit at this level? Another 100, so like a $200 day. I might just consider that, but let's just see it take our first take profit first. Let's see what's happening here. So this is the 5-minute gap. This is like our last hope, but hopefully we don't even reach into that. I thought that this move would not allow traders to participate if they didn't get involved early. I thought that if you didn't get involved down here, you just wouldn't be able to participate. But I could be wrong. Order block here would be a really, really strong sign, a really strong propulsion block right here. This thing will probably send us to take profit. ES is just hit that high and then we're just rejecting, but we could continue to see legs up. So again, we get stopped at break even or we hit runners, so not mad either way. Not going to keep trying to overtrade this, though, because it's late in the day. And yeah, it's not the biggest winner, but you can't take big winners in this market right now, at least not easily. I'm not saying you can't. I hate that word, actually. I don't like can't. I'm struggling to take big winning trades, so I'm fine to just take profit at this internal high. Why? It feels random? No, it's not, because, I mean, it doesn't look random now, but why? I mean, we're in chopping conditions. We don't have to go to all-time highs just because I think we want to, right? So I don't want to ever just kind of force my will into the market. I want to take what I'm given, which is, you're not guaranteed home runs every day. So I think our stop's in a decent spot. I mean, if it stops us out, stops us out. It could. Looks like it wants to. But I think we're in a decent spot with it. We have the 5-minute gap. If we want to go higher, we really shouldn't go back down to my entry. But you see a lot of times where it goes down to the entry and then it really rips up. So this is the equilibrium of that move up. So hopefully we just have a reaction from this level. ES is just kind of holding that high. So I want to see NQ get more legs up. NQ's the weaker asset, obviously, because we made higher highs on ES. NQ's made 3 lower highs. So we could dump from here. And then that's why, again, I took profit already. It's because we could dump the rest of this day. So I do want to see this inversion fair value gap get made. That would be very solid, along with this propulsion block of double order blocks. So OB. But I'm cool with either outcome, dude. I mean, really, I'm really fine with it. If we get stopped to break even, like, it's just that type of day. You can't win them all. You can't hit full take profit on all of them. I framed this trade perfectly. I'm super stoked on the way I managed this position. I cannot complain at all. So now we sit back and relax. And I framed this trade exactly how I want to see it to you guys. And that's what I need to do, is I need to trust my analysis, trust that I can do this, trust that I can find winning trades, and just stick to that, right? What did I say? I said I could have taken this one. I might have lost on this trade. But why did I tell you I didn't want to take it? Because I framed this exact trade, dude. I'm literally, like, people that try and trash and dog on me, bro. I'm really like this, bro. I'm really like this. I'm telling you, I'm good at trading. This is one of my favorite videos I made, especially if it hits my full take profit, because I'm really like this, bro. I don't just like say I'm good at trading. No, I actually live this, man. I know what I put time into this game, man. I'm not some bot, bro. I'm not just some idiot, bro. I know what I'm doing. I need to be confident in that. What a great inversion flip. I could move my stop loss to that low now, but I don't want to. I want to just let it kind of do its thing. What I could do is put like a partial, so that would secure another $12. I mean, but it's $12. Like, who cares? Because you could soup this low, but I don't think we should revisit this low. So ideally, I actually would probably move my stop there to that break even. I would get stopped out here if we came back down, but I want to see this order block get put in, and we should be off to the races to take profit. We're 15 points away. So we're closer to take profit than stop loss, which is nice, but it doesn't mean much, right? It can turn in an instant. So that's a really nice close. Want to see it just continue here. It's crazy how one day can make a big difference, man, how you feel. I feel a lot more confident in myself by being able to spot a winning trade, even though, again, it's not a home run, but we had a winning trade. That's all that matters. It's only 20 points, but sometimes that's all you need in this market, bro. Sometimes that's all you get in this market is 20 points. Not sure why we're dilly-dallying. But like I said, man, sometimes it's just high resistant. If we get a strong close above here, I think it's off to the races. I really do. And again, I'm happy with whatever happens now, because I did my job, which was being patient, waiting for a trade. You know, something I try and do that I never really succeed is I try and do Sudoku puzzles when I wait. For the trade. I'm going to try and do it, but I'm going to keep looking up and down every 2 seconds, but we're going to go on the Sudoku app and play a Sudoku puzzle while we wait. We're going to do the extreme puzzle. So it takes some brain power. Only 29% of people solve this puzzle. Let's see if we can get it. I do the New York Times games every day. I did the New York Times puzzles today, and look, I'm already looking up. So we'll see how long this puzzle takes me during this trade. It'll probably take me 10 times longer than what it normally would. The New York Times hard puzzle today kind of stumped me. I can't lie. But I ended up getting it in the end. But it definitely stumped me. I'm getting better at holding my trades slowly but surely. You guys see me panicking less in these. My take profits are a little bit sus, but like this trade, I would already probably close my entire position on both accounts by now. And I'm letting my alpha futures do its thing, right? I'm happy with that. This is looking really positive here. I'd actually expect this to be pretty quick until it just wicks down. Watch, but 10 points away from take profit. We're gonna set it at the 30 level. Just so we don't get edged. We actually might even go right here, 30. What level is this? 25? That's a whole 5-point difference. What I will do here is I'll do this, limit sell, right? I have a stop loss here for one contract, so if it soups lower off this high right here, then we partial some of it. And that means we'll lose out on 8 points. Actually, let it hit its thing, man. Let it do its thing. Let it do its thing, man. Let it do its thing, man. Move it to this candle high right here. And let's see. So either hit take profit or we partial out some here. I'm just going to be ready on either one. Okay, so cool. We hit our take profit. So that shows we would have had a fatter day. I'm going to trail my stop now to this level on this order block. So we've secured $150 basically today. I'm actually going to secure this level because we shouldn't come all the way back down to here. I mean, we could, but I think we're off to the races to all-time highs. What I'm going to do is just not be super, super greedy. I'm going to take profit at these body highs where we rejected a bunch of times because that's still a really good trade. And we look like we're just going to rip up there. And I low-key might even just close this here for 50 points because I don't care and I want to win. Bang, baby! Oh, man, we can call the bang because it's been a brutal little bit of time. We didn't even get one number on the Sudoku puzzle, but I don't care because we won, baby. We won. We won. We won. We won. Who won? I won, man. I won because I'm not trash at trading. I'm not bad at trading. I can do this. I'm like that. I am like that. I'm 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 like that. We could have made a little bit more in these accounts. Let's see, 10 to 30. Oh, we could have made like another $40, and that's all right. We would have made like 120 there, but who cares? Because guess what, man? We're building the buffers back up on these accounts. We're not going to lose these accounts without getting a payout, ideally. And look, man, I closed the trade here because who knows how long we dilly-dally before we take it out the all-time highs. And yeah, so I'm cool with that, man. I really could care less if we would have hit another $300 move, but wow, man, that's I'm super stoked. I mean, we don't even need $200 days on the Alpha Futures account, and we got a $200 day, so we're just kind of like that. 3 micros is looking like the size, man. I framed this trade from start to finish. If you guys skip to the trades, if you guys just skip through to the trading part, please, 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 please scrub back to this point in the video when I was talking about what I wanted to do right here. I literally called to a tick. I literally called to a tick exactly what I want to see in the market and why I didn't take this trade. So please go back. I am literally the best trader on the planet, and that's why I sell my mentorship for $1,500,000 a day. Can't you tell I'm a little excited, man? I don't care, dude. I'm super stoked on this. 10 a.m. low. Oh my gosh, 10 a.m. low. Oh my gosh. And you know what? That makes everything feel a little better, right? Please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 6K. I'm trying to get to 10K before the end of the year. I don't know if that's possible because that's low-key a little bit late in the year for 10K. That'd be 4K subs in 2. That would, wow, that would be almost like 1,700 subs a month. That would be actually mental. That's, yeah, I don't know if that's possible, but stranger things have happened. So we're trying to hit the 10K before next year, at least before like a year goes by from now. Code Diego, Alpha Futures. You guys see me trading on here. They have ridiculously good payout rules. Look it up for yourselves. You won't even believe me if I tell you. But 25% off, code Diego, 25% off any account right now. Apex running 80% off with $85 activation fees. That's a steal. Run that up, code Diego, and then take profit trader 40% off along with my Funded Futures is always a great option, and code Diego as well. So we are back, man. The joy is back. I feel like I can do this again. We framed a good trade. We took a good trade, and it just, again, I have to. It's not like I just got lucky. I literally framed exactly what I want to see. It doesn't mean it's always going to happen. But what did I not do? I didn't go break even early here. We moved our stop. We almost got break even, and then we waited for a better break even, which was waiting for price to tell us to go break even. And this was just beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The only thing I could have done better is I could have probably just taken all my profit off at this high and not dilly-dally with take profits. But I haven't won in so long, so it gets hard. When you don't win, it gets hard to not secure something. So what would 37 points been on 2 contracts? That would have been 150, and then I would have made on $6 a point. 37, I would have made 220. So I made the same amount of money actually as I would have made. Anyways, so no harm, no foul. And we could have just held all-time highs if I wasn't such a big baby, but I was scared and I wanted to secure a nice win. So, and also the consistency rule. I don't want to hit like a $500 day and then not be able to like consistently do that. So $200 is more than enough or more than doable on the consistency. If we can just hit a few more consistent days, we can take a little payout on this account and be happy, man. Be happy. Something we haven't done in a long time. So just for the sake of it, I haven't been able to lock out green in so long. Super, super stoked on that, man. I will see y'all boys in the next one. Code Diego on every account you can think of. Run that baby up. And, yeah, man, you guys are seeing it. You guys are seeing this, man. It's hard to do. I've been in a really negative spot. This trade's helped me get out of that, I guess, in terms of just, like, feeling down on my trading abilities because I really did well today. So I'm really happy with myself, really proud of myself. And hopefully I'm recording. I am. All right, boys. 3 back-to-back live trading sessions of this week, but you know we're crushing it. We're coming back. We're dealing with all these obstacles, these hurdles, and we're staying positive. I want to just shout out Jesus, man, shout out God, because I think He gives you these things for a reason, man. He gives you these hard times, and I always say, man, if my biggest problem in life is losing a trade on a funded account, then I got a pretty dang good life. So I do really stand by that. Sometimes I get in my head and be a little baby for myself. Woe is me. It looks like we were genius right now for closing that trade, but I will see you guys in the next one, man. I'm stoked. How did you guys do today? Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe we won't do a live trading session tomorrow and just do a normal one and do a recap. But we are back. I wanted to keep doing live sessions until I could win because I wanted to prove that I can actually do this. I'm going to prove again and again and again. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.